Same that everybody else been saying since I moved to 147, I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them. Stump a mud hole in that he gonna be next. Watch.
Roy Jones Jr. has made a bold statement that has stirred boxing fans ahead of the highly anticipated showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford.
I really don't have an official analysis or prediction, but I will say this. If Canelo fights the absolute correct fight that he can fight, the only correct fight that he can fight, he does have a chance, and I think he could be victorious. If he doesn't fight the one way that he can only fight to win it, Terence Crawford has 6 ways he can win it. And my money will go on the man who has 6 ways to win it over the man who has 1 way of winning it.
In an interview with The Ring, Jones challenged boxing's old saying, "A good big man beats a good little man." According to him, while that's often true, it's the great little man who can beat even the best big fighters. Jones suggested that Crawford might just be that exceptional fighter, the great small man capable of overcoming the size and power of Canelo. With both set to collide in Las Vegas on September 13th, the boxing world is buzzing with predictions about whether Crawford's skill and intelligence can dethrone one of the sport's biggest
Of anything, because Terence did like I did as a heavyweight. He bulked up to the weight. He's been dealing with super middles and light heavyweights in training. If you can deal with him in training, you can deal with him in the fight. So the weight should not even be an issue.
Do you think Terence is that one fighter where he could accomplish what a lot of people are thinking is not doable? Is he that one fighter who's just wired and has that different DNA?
He is, and not only to mention is he the guy that can, he's already done it. How many 2 or 3 division undisputed champions have we ever had besides Usyk is a 2 division undisputed champ? This dude is a 3 division undisputed champ already, and if he wins this, he'll be a 4 division undisputed champ. We may never see that again. See, people don't like to celebrate the reality when it's happening. They'll wait till the person dead and they talk about it. This man is the only 3 division undisputed champion that boxing has ever had. And we're asking, are we wondering, can he step up to a task? Really? Do you know who we're talking about? Big guy does beat a good bad guy, but a great little guy, does beat a great small guy, but a great small guy beats a good big guy. We might be talking about a great small guy here. We'll find out after this fight, but we might be talking about, which I think we already are, but I think we're not talking about a good small guy. I think we're talking about a great small guy. Understand me? So this great small guy, like you saw with me, a great small guy can do anything.
Crawford, undefeated at 40-0, is widely considered one of the most complete boxers of his era. He's achieved the rare feat of becoming undisputed champion in 2 weight classes while collecting titles in 4 divisions. Known for his ability to seamlessly switch between orthodox and southpaw, Crawford is a nightmare for opponents to read. Meanwhile, Canelo's record stands at 63-2, with his only losses coming to Floyd Mayweather and Dimitri Bivol. A dominant force at super middleweight, Canelo recently became a 2-time undisputed champion after outpointing William Skull, though many critics felt it was an uninspired performance. This fight is more than a battle of skill. It's a clash of size and power. Canelo has spent much of his career at 168 lbs, while Crawford is leaping 2 weight classes from 147 to face him. Critics argue the size gap is too steep, but others believe Crawford's adaptability and ring IQ give him a real chance to defy the odds.
Anyone that thinks Crawford has a chance is a complete idiot. They have weight classes for a reason.
Too big? Too skilled?
Way too big, way too skilled. And this isn't a skill matchup. It has nothing to do with skill. It has to do.
John Ryder, who shared the ring with Canelo in 2023, offered advice for Crawford. He praised Bud's ability to win titles across divisions, but warned that super middleweight is a different challenge entirely. Ryder said Crawford should follow the Dimitri Bivol blueprint, staying mobile, working in and out, and avoiding exchanges in the pocket. Still, he questioned whether Crawford's body will be able to absorb the punishment at 168 lbs, where Canelo's power is most dangerous.
If you could give some pointers to Crawford, what should he do to come out victorious in September?
I think you just got to watch the Bivol blueprint, the in and out. I mean, a lot of fighters getting stick now for being runners, Tom and Jerry and whatnot. But stick to what you're good at. Terence Crawford is an exceptional talent. We've won titles through the weights, undisputed at, 3 weights now. And listen, if anyone can do it, it's him. I think the weight will be too much of an issue. Canelo is a special talent. And I think the weight will play a factor in the fight. But listen, Canelo once done it, made the step up to super middleweight. I would like Crawford to be more at light middle and middle to build into it, but you take these opportunities when they come, and that's what greatness is.
Former world champion Chris Algieri sees the fight as a win-win for Crawford, regardless of the outcome. He believes Crawford has already cemented his Hall of Fame legacy, so even a loss won't damage his career. But in Algieri's view, Crawford could shock the world by relying on his superior boxing IQ, slick movement, and tactical brilliance. The big unknown, however, is whether he can withstand Canelo's punching power, a challenge every fighter moving up must face.
Be Crawford, and that's not going to be Canelo. They're going to be their peak of what they are at this point. Because again, Crawford is 38 years old. Canelo will be 35 by then. So I think they're going to be the peak for what they are at their ages. But it's easy to go, wow, what have you done for me lately? That's usually how everyone kind of sees everything. So, but I think it's good. I think it makes the fight more enticing if a lot of people are thinking that Crawford can win. And don't get me wrong, Crawford can absolutely win the fight. I'm not saying he can't win the fight. But in terms of, how I see it, it hasn't really changed my thoughts because I know better than to just trust that last thing I saw because there's a lot of confounding factors.
Dimitri Bivol, the man who famously beat Canelo in 2022, also weighed in. He praised Crawford's skills, particularly his ability to switch stances and adapt mid-fight. But he stressed that the biggest adjustment for Crawford will be Canelo's power at 168. As one of the few men to beat Canelo, Bivol's perspective carries weight, and his message was clear. Crawford's brain may be his best weapon, but his body must be ready for a level of power he's never experienced before.
It's not about only getting used to the power, and it's also about be mentally ready, because when people are not prepared them mentally, they like afraid or scared, you become weak, your body become weak, when something happened and it's something new and you wasn't ready for this. We all know these feelings, like the body become melting, like just soft, and mentality is very important also for this fight. Even his 1 weight class or 2 weight class lower, if he's mentally ready, he will be ready to get these punches and be okay with this. He could be good. At the same time, we saw how Canelo was fighting against another guys like Charlo, maybe Smith, Callum Smith. And we saw the huge difference. I think it's not because of weight class, it's about mentality of the...
ESPN's Stephen A. Smith also gave his prediction. He believes Crawford will win the fight, not by knockout, but by decision. Smith argued that Canelo is nearly impossible to stop, but pointed out that Crawford's speed, movement, and technical brilliance could allow him to outpoint the Mexican superstar over 12 rounds. He emphasized that Canelo often relies too heavily on power punches, while Crawford's discipline and adaptability could frustrate him into a points loss.
Yes, who gonna win the fight, man? That's coming up, the biggest fight in boxing.
Crawford.
Huh?
Crawford. I'm not hesitating, Crawford. I'm not even hesitating. Crawford.
You gonna stand on that all the way to September 13th?
I love Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo by decision. I can't see anybody knocking out Canelo Alvarez. But I do believe that if you can box and you can move, that you can beat Canelo. You can outpoint him.
That's right.
When I think about Canelo, one of the things that I don't like about Canelo, despite his greatness, and a neck as wide as Broadway for crying out loud.
Right.
It's like almost every shot has to be a power shot.
It's a power shot, yeah.
That's not beating Crawford.